This is I'd Do Anything, the semi-final. The Lord will make his last save, so he's taken matters into his own hands.
The question for me is going to be, does she remember what I say?
If she does a slightly bland performance, I don't think she has a chance.
Tonight, 3 boys' Oliver dreams will come true. But the Nancy pressure is on.
I desperately want to be in that final.
I know I could do this part.
I want to follow me dream. I am Nancy.
The panel have their opinions.
She's awkward when she moves.
I don't have any problem with her.
I can see her as a very good Nancy.
But ultimately, the decision is yours. Who will be your Nancy?
And the Battle of the Bustles has begun. Tonight, our 4 remaining Nancys will be fighting it out to win their place in next week's grand final. And in the next hour, 3 Olivers will be found and crowned. But who will become the West End's ultimate urchins? Will it be Arthur, Chester, Guion, Quedza, Harry, Alexander, Lawrence, or Johnny? The fans are in a frenzy. The band is fired up. The panel is on peak form, and the Lord is trembling in anticipation. Here, performing Food, Glorious Food, and hoping to leave you wanting more. Please welcome our Nancys and Olivers. Oh, it is incredible to think that in just 7 days' time, one of our potential Nancy's lives will change forever when they win that glittering prize, a career in the West End. Andrew Lloyd Webber is under extreme pressure tonight. The semi-final marks his last save of the series, and the prospect of you choosing the wrong girl to star in Cameron Mackintosh's musical is playing heavily on his mind. Jeopardy, love it. Also, 3 boys will have their dreams come true when we reveal to you who, out of our 8 young contenders, will be treading the boards in the West End as Oliver. Intrigue, love it even more. Here, reviewing the situation, is the expert panel. Please welcome John Barrowman, Denise Van Outen, Barry Humphries. And joining us for the semi-final to share his views on the Nancys is the world-famous musical producer and the future boss, Sir Cameron Mackintosh. That's who that is. Delighted Delighted to have you here, Cameron. And with the sir comes our very own sweet lord, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Oh, they like you now. The final is just a week away, and with still no clear front-runner. Andrew took matters into his own hands this week by calling a summit meeting with Cameron and the panel to discuss our Nancys. It was crunch time.
Thanks for coming, guys. This is the last time I'm going to have a chance to save anybody. So let's talk about our final Nancys. I think we better take the gloves off.
I do think she's awkward when she moves.
I don't have any problem with her.
Could you see her as a Nancy? I could see her as a very good Nancy.
She has star quality.
If Nancy can't move you, you cannot do the show.
It would be a disappointment for this show if she didn't go through.
I agree.
So much of what you're saying has got to be from not here, but from the heart. Your instincts to be a little bit cabaret. Come back to the meaning of the words. I really now believe that you're trying to keep the man you love there. The voice is extraordinary. Whether she has the whole of the rest of the package, as it were, that I can't tell you.
We were hoping you could. Now, this is the semi-final. It's your last chance to save. Now, you've been working closely with all the girls this week. What do they need to do tonight in the semi-final?
Well, I'm so conscious of the fact that I've got to deliver Cameron a star. And I was very worried that I was going to find the bland leading the bland. And that's why I went in and I thought, let me get under the skin and see whether or not there is something there. Well, there is. The truth is that all four of them could be Nancy in a completely different way. Now, the question is going to be, for me, whether I can deliver Cameron tonight the performance that I got out of the girls when they were in rehearsal with me. I don't know. I'm on trial tonight. But let me tell you, if they do, tomorrow night, I've got the toughest job I've ever had.
You really, I so don't envy you. Now, Cameron, obviously the choice of your leading lady is in the hands of the public. Has it been giving you sleepless nights at all?
Well, I always have sleepless nights when I put on a new musical, but actually less with this because these girls have been incredibly talented over this programme. And it's fantastic to see how they have gone through the distance. But I've always looked for a raw and untried Nancy for my shows, and I believe that these girls have got it. And what I want the public to do is pick the person with the great star potential that can be opposite Rowan Atkinson when we open this show at the end of this year. Don't forget, it's 6 months till we actually open.
OK, well, it is a stressful process, and I know Andrew knows how you're feeling. I mean, with Maria, he was Von Trapping himself. Then there were nightmares about the dream coat, and now he's got his Nancy knickers in a right old Oliver twist. Later, our Nancys will be going head-to-head for some special duets, so you can compare and contrast the girls at this crucial stage. But now, let's meet our first potential Nancy this evening. Saved twice and desperately hoping to make it through to next week's final, Belfast's Rachel Tucker.
I feel that you're a little bit guarded when you perform and you don't let us in. You lack some kind of warmth behind the eyes.
You must just be Rachel. Come on.
It is frustrating, you know, that it's hard to think that people aren't seeing me when I've just sung from my heart.
Rachel, you're in the sing-off.
I have to say Rachel.
At the end of the day, it's down to the public and everybody has their favourites. I just hope that I could still be one of them.
Let me tell you what I think. I think Rachel would absolutely keep the curtain up.
She'd more than keep the curtain up. She's terrific. However, it worries me so far that I haven't seen her blow away in the
But there's
studio.
another thing that worries me, and I just feel that there is a Rachel that we are not seeing.
I have seen her blow the audience away when she sang Beautiful.
She's the one girl that I haven't seen connect with the material and just make it seem unique.
She's giving it everything she's got. I don't see that there is another dimension to be revealed to us.
But there's no question she's got something that just needs to be brought out of her somehow.
She needs to be Nancy and show her individuality.
All our Nancys have a lot to prove this evening. Remember, you'll be able to vote for your favourite at the end of the show. And if you're a digital viewer, press the red button now to sing along with all our Nancys and Olivers. Joy. Well, batten down the hatches, everybody. We're unleashing the Nancys. Singing first to stay in the competition, it is Rachel. The Belfast Belter hopes to prove her West End credentials with her rendition of Nancy, it's make or break time. Here's Rachel.
What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book and the broom. It's time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come blow your horn. Start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. What good's admitting some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away? Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. And as for me, I made my mind up back in Chelsea. When I go, I'm going like Rachel. Start by admitting from cradle to tomb. It isn't that long a stay. 'Cause life is a cabaret, old chum. It's only a cabaret, old chum. And I love a cabaret.
Rachel, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Standing ovation for Rachel.
If I was to have to do that every night.
All right, don't faint, don't faint. Do you feel you gave it the real Rachel there?
That was me, and me.
All right, well, let's hear the panel liked it. Denise, did you see what you were looking for there?
Everything that I've been looking for. Rachel, that was phenomenal. You were absolutely fantastic. I'm shaking with excitement. We all jumped to our feet and gave you a standing ovation. That is everything we want to see from our leading lady. And how are the other girls going to follow that performance? It's going to be tough for them tonight.
Really difficult.
That was absolutely brilliant.
Wow, okay. Let's go to Barry. Now, Barry, you worked on the mission with the girls this week, which we'll see tomorrow night, so you know them all a lot better now. What did you think of that performance?
We did this funny little mission this week in a strange part of the East End.
Yeah.
And you were great. You were the finest performer, really, as an actress. And tonight, you gave a star performance, Rachel. Congratulations.
John?
If there's any confusion, here you go. That was Rachel. Listen, this girl is an actress. She has the ability to play any character, and she definitely has the ability to play Nancy. She should be in the final next week.
Whoa. Okay. Cameron, fresh eyes. What do you think of Rachel?
By George, she's got it. You took a wonderfully well-known song and you infused it with your own personality. You rose to the challenge. It was absolutely terrific, and I would love to see you play Nancy on the West End stage.
Thank you very much.
Now, Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was you who led that standing ovation.
Oh, phew, wow. We talked about that song, you know, you sang it, and then we went through it. We talked about how it was part of a cabaret club that was going to be overtaken by the Germans.
That's right, yeah.
We went through it, and then we thought, what about that funny rhyme about Chelsea and Elsie? Well, I'm not going to go into that because it was a friend of hers, and we couldn't think of it. And then you said, why didn't we make it about Rachel? And I said, we can't find a rhyme for it. I'm not a lyricist. And then you went and did it. Bravo, you. It's so great to see you come through like this. Fantastic.
An amazing start to the show.
Proud of you.
Andrew, do you think the other girls can match this tonight?
Of course they can, and they have got to. Come on,
Okay.
come on out, the girls.
Well, Andrew will be making his last save in our results show tomorrow. If you want to keep your favourite Nancy out of the dreaded sing-off, vote when lines open at the end of the show. Dial 0901 12120, then add 01 if you think Rachel still deserves to be Nancy. Please don't call now as the vote won't count and you could be charged. Okay, Jessie, Samantha and Jodie are still to come. Plus, we'll be revealing to you at home who those 3 winning Olivers are. But now, let's meet our next potential Nancy, hoping to top the bill. County Kerry's Jessie Buckley.
The performances over the course of the weeks are becoming inconsistent.
You're so unfeminine.
You must not take negative or adverse criticism to heart.
It is hard to hear bad criticism, and I have got upset about it, but it's more frustration in myself. I'm so damn passionate about this, and when I feel that I've let myself down, then it's just like, oh, Jessie, come on.
Jessie, I really do believe she has star quality. I think we all agree that The Man That Got Away was one of the highlights of the series.
Never, ever will forget her singing As Long As He Needs Me in your sitting room.
As long as he needs me.
We are not on the same page then, I think, because I think she's awkward. I think she will not be ready.
She's emotionally fragile.
She's emotionally not ready.
What frustrates her and makes her tear up is that she knows what she wants to do and she hasn't quite worked out how to do it.
I think she let herself down a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Everything is about proving that she's got the ability to really bust through again.
Fighting for a place in next week's final, it's Jessie! The 18-year-old is hoping to take the lead with What I Did for Love from a chorus line. But could Jessie be your leading lady? Here's Jessie!
Kiss today. I did for love. What I did for love. Love is never gone. As we travel on.
Well done, Jessie. Now, I can't imagine. I mean, what is going through your mind now, knowing that you're just a couple of steps away from possibly becoming a West End star?
Oh, do you know what, Graham? It's the most exciting, butterflies in your stomach feeling in the world. And just thinking back on, like, the journey I've come from. I mean, I come from a small town in Ireland. I've been rejected from drama school not once but twice, and I'm here, part of the final 4, and just hands length from reaching my dream.
All right. Good luck to you. A lot of that story's my own. Let's go to John first. What did you think of that performance?
I thought it was a good vocal, Jessie, but we're in the 9th week of the competition, and I have to be honest with you, it should excite me. It didn't. It slightly bored me. Okay. I thought when you came forward... Hold on a second. For me, the emotion wasn't really directly felt because you were indicating for me with the same old Jessie-isms, that hand coming up to that, the throwing down of the arms all the time and doing this. It just did not excite me. For me, I'm not convinced you're
John,
Nancy.
what can I do to excite you?
I don't know what it is because... well, that's a question a lot of women have asked. Anyway, but... I think what it is I am not getting the conviction and the emotion behind what you're saying actually in the words. That's
all
what
right,
I'm not
Barry,
getting.
you look like you disagree.
I do very strongly disagree. You have a great emotional directness, Jessie, which is so appealing, so really beautiful. And it was a heartfelt performance, in my view.
Okay, Denise.
I also felt it was a very strong, heartfelt performance. At times, it was a little bit too aggressive for me. I thought you could have just sat back on it a little bit with that song. I normally like the simplicity behind it, where you use the words. But it was lovely. It was a good performance. It was strong vocally. I do, however, agree with John sometimes that you use arms and everything to show emotion. You don't always need to do that. Okay. It's sometimes the same repetitive move.
That should have been fixed in like week 3.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to Cameron, who's seeing him in the semi-final. Can you see Jessie playing Nancy?
I think Jessie has a lot of the qualities of playing Nancy. I thought that was a beautiful version of a song which doesn't have a lot of narrative drive, and actually you did kick ass at the end. There is still other areas which I agree with the panel on that you haven't quite gone through the roof with.
I completely agree. Can I just say that this is my beginning, and I can only get better. I mean, I've started this competition, and I feel like I've elevated. And if I could just, I know I've been here for a few weeks.
All right, before you beg, let's see what Andrew thought.
Well, I mean, we have to think about star quality. Now, I'm not sure about this. Not a lot of narrative drive. Surely that song is about a double meaning, isn't it? It's about somebody who, you could take it as a love song, but it's also about somebody who's leaving a chorus line, who's saying that what I did for love was about musical theatre. When I asked you about this, you knew the answer immediately. Yeah. When I talked about the Star is Born song, The Man That Got Away, you knew all about it immediately. Now, I didn't direct you in this because you decided that you wanted to do the performance your own way. I have to ask everybody, has Jessie got star quality or not? I believe you have.
All right. Andrew believes in Jessie. If you want to see Jessie in next week's final, vote. And lines open at the end of the show. Here's the number for later. Dial 0901 12120 and then add 02 if you think Jessie could be Nancy. It's not long to go before we announce which three urchins have won the role of Oliver. But now it's time for our first Lloyd Webber duet of the evening. Now, Andrew has divided the Nancys into two duos. With one last save left in him, he will be listening and watching them very closely as they sing songs written by his own fair hand. On one side, there's the Northern Nancys, Samantha and Jodie, and on the other, we have our Celtic contingent, Jessie and Rachel. Let's see how our first duo measure up. Samantha and Jodie.
Hiya.
Hiya, how are you going again?
You're right.
We're going to see the girls performing in pairs, so we can just compare. We'll see, I think there might be a bit of competition as well.
Go for it.
Every time I look at you, I don't understand.
As duets, we want to shine, but then singly, you want to shine as well.
You'd have managed better if
One will stand out rather than the other, and I think it's so important to go out there and put your all into it.
Keep going. Let's do one more.
The pressure is on. You are getting judged on every little thing, and that's scary.
That's a really good ending.
You are battling against each other. You've got to give your best.
Every last thing you do really counts.
No pressure at all. They've just got to perform them well.
You heard him. No pressure at all. Performing Jesus Christ Superstar, but will they become West End superstars? It is Samantha and Jodie.
things you did get so out of hand. You'd have managed better if you had it planned. Why'd you choose such a backward time in such a strange land? If you come today, you could have reached the whole nation. If really for BC had no mass communication. Don't you get me wrong, 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 don't you get me wrong. Wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, I only wanna know, you wanna know, you wanna know. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, who are you, what have you sacrificed? Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, who are you, what have you sacrificed? Jesus Christ, superstar, do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar, do you think you're what they say you are? Oh, Jesus Christ, who are you, what have you sacrificed? Jesus
superstar, and this is turning into the show of shows. Samantha and Jodie there, performing obviously one of your tunes.
Well, the song that really launched me in musical theatre, and it all went back since then. But who says the Nancys can't rock?
I know, that's fantastic. I mean, these duets are to help us compare and contrast. Compare and contrast, please.
Compare and contrast. Well, one is the real great raunchy singer, and the one's the great one on top. I'm not going to compare these two. They're fantastic, both of them. It's wonderful.
You've got to be in a good mood. Thank you very much, Andrew. Rachel and Jessie will be taking on their Evita duet later. Plus, we have Samantha and Jodie's solos coming up. But now, let's check in with our Olivers. After auditioning thousands of young hopefuls across the country, only 8 now remain. In a moment, we'll be revealing to you which 3 have won the role they've worked so hard for. Here, performing tomorrow, please welcome Alexander, Guion, Quaedza, Chester, Johnny, Harry, Lawrence and Arthur!
The sun will come out tomorrow. Your bottom dollar, that's tomorrow. There'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I'll just stick up my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're always a
Great job, guys. With the standards so high, finding our 3 winners has certainly been a difficult decision for Andrew, Cameron and the panel. This week, they gave the boys their final musical task to see who could ultimately hold his own on the West End stage.
West End stardom soon beckons for 3 of our boys, but they've all come a long way in the process.
The experience has just been amazing. Sometimes you think, am I here? Am I just dreaming? I still can't get it into my head that I've got it this far, thanks to all the people who helped me.
Just to think that 3 of us are going to be performing on a West End stage is really nice to imagine.
Auditioning for Oliver has been the best thing that I've done in my life. I've dreamt about this, and now it's happened to me.
I've never done anything like this before, and it's just so fantastic.
What an amazing time I've had. No other boys will ever do what we've done.
I'd never done any acting or dancing before, I knew only singing, and I've just learnt so much from all of this.
I have grown in confidence so much. I'm so privileged to work with the best in the business.
So, 8 very talented boys are about to become 3 as they head for their final task.
What I want to see from the boys is everything that they've learnt over the last few weeks come together in a huge West End theatre.
We are really looking for the kind of performance that will hold a big audience.
But first, actor John Lee gives our boys some last-minute advice.
I played Oliver when I was 12 years old here in the West End. I absolutely loved it.
Today we have to give a really good performance. Would you give us any tips?
Oliver's not a very expressive boy, so there's no need for big gestures. Just keep it very, very simple. Put everything through your eyes. Give it your best shot and don't be nervous. You'll be fine.
The boys take to the stage for their ultimate performance.
Well, today the song's Where Is Love, which is the moment which Oliver has on the stage on his own. And it is the moment where Oliver either takes the show or not.
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Is it was meant for only me.
It was quite emotional watching them up there today, but I thought they all did brilliantly.
The talent that we've unearthed has been terrific.
There are definitely 3 Olivers there, and I think we know who they are.
Now for the final twist in our tale. After months of searching, Andrew, Cameron and the panel have found their urchins and can now reveal them to everyone. The 3 Olivers are Gwion, Lawrence and Harry! Congratulations to all of you. Well done. So, Gwion, this must be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it really is, and I still can't believe that I am actually Oliver.
But you are, Gwion, you are. And Lawrence and Harry, what are you looking forward to performing in the West End?
I'm really looking forward to meeting all the cast and performing with Winning Nancy.
I can't wait to be performing on a huge West End stage in front of thousands of people.
And we can't wait to see you. Well done, guys. Andrew, Cameron, you must be delighted with your final results.
I'm absolutely thrilled. 3 wonderfully different Olivers, and it was different. It was so hard to choose, because look at them, they're all so talented, and they all deserve to be on the West End stage, but I'm thrilled with who we've got.
All right, and of course, congratulations to all our runners-up. They've certainly made our Saturday nights entertaining. Let's hear it for Alexander, Jodie, Bridget, Chester, and Arthur, everybody. Well earned now. And tomorrow night, our 3 winning boys will be performing Where Is Love as Oliver for the very first time. Looking forward to that. So, our Olivers have been found and crowned, but we're still relying on you to find the right girl to star as Nancy. Let's meet our next candidate, hoping to be considered for the part, Samantha Barks.
I thought it was just a brilliant week.
Every week your star is rising, rising, rising.
Please, Samantha, I want some more.
This is totally the most amazing experience of my life.
You could still be Nancy.
Oh my gosh, I've made it to the Final Four and that thing got so excited. I can see the finals there, but I just want to get in there.
How do you solve a problem like Samantha? I thought she wouldn't get past round 7, but she has really grown.
She does anger and aggression very, very well. When she's given something really emotional and really simple, it's very difficult for her to do.
I love her look. I love everything about her. The one thing I haven't yet seen, she hasn't moved me with any material yet. Yeah. And if Nancy can't move you, you cannot do Act 2 of the show.
When you workshopped with her, there was such a difference in such a short space of time.
This is the thing, I mean,
she has certainly the confidence and the stage presence.
It's all been pretty much money notes, and she's got to show a vulnerable side now.
We want to see her break our hearts, a real moving performance.
Wanting to win at all costs, it's Samantha! Our youngest Nancy will perform the Prince of Egypt song, When You Believe, but do you believe in her? Could Samantha be your Nancy? Here's Samantha!
Many nights we've prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will. You will when you believe. They don't always happen when you ask, and it's
Wonderful job, Samantha. So, this is it, the semi-final. You have a 1 in 4 chance. Have you noticed a change in yourself as kind of the stakes have got higher and higher?
I mean, I think I've grown in confidence as a performer throughout this series. And, you know, I didn't see myself, you know, as one of the final 4, but now I am. I'm just more focused and determined than ever, really.
All right, well, let's see what the prospects of the final are. Let's go to the panel. Let's start with John. Do you think Samantha has the vulnerability to play Nancy?
I thought that showed some vulnerability. It didn't break my heart, but you know what? I don't care, because that performance showed that you're a powerhouse performer and a definite leading lady. If I can make a comparison here between you and Jessie, you're like a shark that's going like this, going for that role in Nancy, and Jessie's like the fish out of water, flip-flopping all overboard. But listen, you take a risk, you take a gamble on you. If the audience take a gamble on you, they might hit the Nancy jackpot.
All right, Denise, what do you think?
I thought it was a wonderful performance, a great vocal once again from you, Samantha. And what I like about you is you have what I call the likability factor. Men in the audience are going to fancy you because you're gorgeous, and women will like you because you have something so wonderful about your personality, and it comes across in your performance. And that's exactly what we need from Nancy. She has to be liked by men and women, and you have that.
All right, let's go to Barry.
Samantha, you are the bee's knees and the cat's whiskers. I thought you had great connection with the material then, and what can I say? A star, I think.
Okay. Cameron, what are your comments?
For the first time, I did see vulnerability in the first part of the song, but as you went for the money notes, I lost that a bit. But you are a marvellous performer. Next week, as I'm sure you will be here next week, I hope to see a dramatic theatrical song that shows me that you understand the hard life that Nancy has gone through.
Okay, let's go to Andrew. Is she the perfect Nancy package?
Well, we worked a lot on the song, and to answer Cameron, because Cameron's right in a way, in fact he is right, it's a difficult song because the first part of the lyric, we directed it as if you were saying goodbye to an Oliver who wanted to leave for some reason. It was a boy trying to get away. And then the song itself doesn't lead you to a great acting performance, which is not your fault. I think you're so young. I think that when you get through, as I hope you do, to the final, I think if you were to win it, you've got the time, because the show's not opening till the end of the year, beginning of next year, to really learn. I believe you have the vulnerability. We've got to find a song that shows it.
Okay, well, if you want to see Samantha in next week's live final, vote when lines open at the end of the show. Here's the number for later. Dial 0901-121-20 and then add 03 for Samantha. Don't call now and do it later, as you know what will happen. Yeah, that's right, your vote won't count and you could be charged. Our next candidate is the joker amongst the Nancy pack, but when it comes to fulfilling her West End dream, she's deadly serious. Blackpool's Jodie Prenger.
I can see you in that pub in the East End. You were my perfect Nancy.
When John said those comments, I literally beamed from ear to ear.
Jodie, you could also still be Nancy. Well done.
Never did I think, from standing in that audition queue in Manchester, that I'd be in the semi-finals. I can't get over it. It's just amazing that you're actually living the dream that you've always wanted.
I obviously think that Jodie could be Nancy.
She's got it all. She's powerful, she's fun, the audience love her, but I want to totally believe in her all the time, and I don't.
Well, just give her something more like Send in the Clowns again, where we can see this simplicity.
Take the performance away from her.
And in the clouds.
Apart from Send in the Clowns, I hadn't seen her actually just be herself. She goes for a bit of gloss rather than grit.
I think there will be a lot of people who will think that she is what they feel Nancy to be.
Could you see her as
I
a Nancy?
could see her as a very good Nancy.
She is quintessentially what everybody would like to see, but we need to pull her back one step and show the raw aspect again. We want to see grit.
From the Northwest, and out to beat the rest, it's Jodie! The 28-year-old agony aunt will be singing Out Here on My Own from Fame. Could Jodie be your Nancy? Please tell me, I can't bear it much longer. Here she is, here's Jodie!
Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am. Do I fit in. Make believing is hard alone. Out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through. Help me need you. Until the morning sun appears, making light of all my fears. I dry the tears I've never shown. Out here on my own. When I'm down and I'm feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through. Help me need you. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am. Do I fit in? I may not win, but I can't be thrown out here.
Nancy.
Do you know what? I feel like I want to run up and give you a big hug. That was so heartfelt, Jodie. There were moments in your vocal when you kind of went a little bit light and it tailed off, but I think that's because you put every emotion into that song. You've had so many struggles yourself throughout your life, and we've always said Nancy has to be a person, whoever plays it, who's had a lot of life experiences. You've had it. You bring it to every performance. You are what this competition is about, Jodie. And I want to see you in the final next week. You deserve to be there.
Okay, Tom, do you agree?
Emotional, simple. Each week you're given a challenge, you go away and you do it. That's what a leading lady needs to do. Take direction. You need to be in the final. Great potential, great Nancy.
Let's go to Barry.
Jodie, you have an absolutely beautiful voice, and you interpreted that song magnificently. But I think early on you were accused of overacting, and now I think you might be a little too restrained. That was my impression.
All right, that's Barry's taste. Cameron, what did you make of it?
I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful performance, but slightly matronly for me, and that could be the same thing that Barry's talking about. I also would love to hear those gin toddies that Nancy's always guzzling in your voice, because it is such a lovely voice you have, but a great performance.
Thank you.
Okay. Andrew, what did you think of Jodie's performance there?
Well, OK, Barry, I mean, it's my fault if she was a bit laid back tonight, because that's what I asked you to be, because I didn't want another teeth and smiles and all that criticism about that again. And what you did was exactly what I thought you should do tonight. I thought you were really on the button. All I can say is that tomorrow night is going to be the most difficult night I've ever had. And, I mean, if you're not in the final, well, I've just said that about everybody. I don't know where I'm going tomorrow night. I think not here.
I don't envy you at all. Your votes at home have never been so important. If you want to see Jodie in next week's final, vote when lines open at the end of the show. Dial 0901 121 20 and then add 04 if you think Jodie should be Nancy. Don't call now as your vote won't count and you could be charged. Dull but true. OK, let's get back to duets. Our second pairing tonight are two Irish girls who are about to sing a song Andrew wrote about the Argentinian capital, Buenos Aires. Well, Danny Boy, bit of a cliche, really. It's Rachel and Jessie.
Hiya.
Hola.
Oh, gosh.
What's new? Buenos
I'm going to be playing to my strengths. I've got a bit more of a mature voice, and I think the song is for a more mature singer.
I am hoping to stand out this week. Rachel does have that professionalism, and it's amazing, but I have a rawness.
You really only have to communicate joy, plus that little bit of wonderment in the middle bit, and you're away.
It is a bit like the sing-off. You've got to make your impression, you've got to stand out, but even though you're working as a team.
I do want to stand out in any performance that I give. I want John and Denise and Barry and Cameron and Angie to say, wow, this girl has what it takes.
What about the ending? Is we've added that harmony in us?
I think it's great. I mean, if we don't bring the house down with that one, I must give up.
Performing Buenos Aires, La Vida, and as approved, our West End diva, it's Rachel and Jessie!
With your noise, with your joy, overdo me. Let me dance your beat, make it loud, let it hurt running through me. Don't hold back, you are certain to impress. Tell the driver this is where I'm staying. Hello, Buenos Aires. Get this, just look at me, dressed up somewhere to go. We'll put on a show. Take me into your flight, give me speed, give me light, set me humming. Shoot me up with your blood, wind me up with your knives. What's it coming? All I want is a whole lot of excess. Tell the singer this is where I'm playing. Stand back, Buenos Aires, because you wanna know what you're gonna get at me. Just a little touch of stop quality. If ever I go too far, it's because of the things you are. Beautiful town, I love you. And if I need a moment's rest, give your lover the very best. Real eider down and silence. You're a trump, you're a treat, you will shine to the death, you are shoddy. But your flesh, you are meat, you should have every breath in my body. Put me down for a lifetime of success. Give me credit, I'll find ways of paying. Rio de la Plata, Florida, Caliente, Nuevo Julio. All I want to know. Stand up, Buenos Aires, because you wanna know what you're gonna get in me. Just a little touch of, just a little touch of, just a little touch of star
Another great song of yours. I love watching you. You love your own songs. Of course I do. So, who stood out in that for you? You should. They're marvelous songs.
The night the Nancy's got maracas. Fantastic. Well, you were so great. Star quality. You see, it's there in a different way. Or, I don't know. I really am lost for words. I'm definitely going away tomorrow night. I'm not going to be here.
I so pity you, because, you know, 2 of our 4 will be in the sing-off tomorrow.
I know.
Well, listen, all our Nancys have now sung, and the lines are open. Get calling now to keep your favourite out of the dreaded sing-off. Lines close at 9 p.m. tonight. Calls cost 25 pence from a BT landline. Other networks may vary. Calls from mobiles will be considerably higher. 14 pence from each call will go to the BBC Performing Arts Fund. In a moment, our boys who nearly were will be wowing us one more time. In the meantime, here's a reminder of tonight's performances with those all-important numbers you need to dial.
Some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away. Life is a cabaret, all chum. Come to the cabaret. Won't forget, can't regret what I did. I can't be thrown out here on my own. You'll be on me too. I get out here when it's silent. Stand back, you ought to know what you're gonna get in me. Just a little touch of stock water. Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are? Jesus Christ, superstar. Do you think you're what they say you are?
And this is just the semi-final. What great performances. Lions close at 9 p.m. tonight. Don't call after that, as your vote won't count and you may be charged. For more voting information, go to our website, bbc.co.uk/Oliver. So now it boils down to Rachel, Jessie, Samantha and Jodie. But only 3 can go through to next Saturday's live final. Find out who's next to crash out of the competition in our results show tomorrow night. Plus, our Nancys will be stepping back in time for their next mission.
This room looks like my garden shed.
There's no heating. Look at our toothbrushes.
I'm expecting a very high standard indeed.
When someone needs you, I miss him so much.
There is a commanding leading lady quality.
Plus, our winning Olivers are back with an exclusive performance of Where is Love? That's all happening tomorrow night at 7:15 here on BBC One. Stay tuned. Eurovision's next. In the meantime, I'll leave you with our urchins to sing us out of the show. Get voting, everybody!